What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning Python the awesome way. All right, so far we have I have shown you guys how to download Python. Now, what is Python, how to download Python on Windows, and how to download the Python idle, which is integrated development and learning environment inside the Windows. I've got this. Don't worry about this. Don't be frightened about this. This is Linux environment. It's the same as when you guys go on the Windows and press the Windows, and it prompts open. You guys go Python 3.9 and there is idle open. I have shown you guys the idle integrated development and learning environment for Python, and I said you guys can do your practice there. And there is another one. I have shown you the white screen, the idle, and there is another one with the black screen. So you guys can use both, as both is connected to your Python, and there is no difference between mine one, which is the command prompt here, the shell, and you guys which is got an idle with the Python. So it works the same. So, and here in you guys see this is a PyCharm, and the PyCharms you guys already downloaded, so you know how to download. So far we have discussed about the Python, which Python is a strong procedural object-oriented functional language crafted in the late 1980s by Guido van Rossum. Python is open source. It means anyone can contribute to the code and can write a code and can join the team, and you can use the code in whichever way you want, and you can contribute if you're very expert in Python or any other programming language. You can contribute to Python team. And Python is very popular due to its simplicity. That's what I said at the first start of the video, that Python is very simple, and that's what everyone like to use. Python is just like the way we talk to the computer, and it's very easy to interface with C++ and Java, so there is no problem with that. And I said that the SciPy is used for engineering and mathematics, and IPython, which is this one, for parallel computing. Science is used to build control. Okay, so there are a lot of IDE, integrated development environment for Python. As I said, there is a PyDev. With Eclipse, there is Emacs, Vim, TextMag, Notepad, Bluefish, you name it. There is lots and lots of Anaconda, Sublime Text. There are lots of Python integrated development IDE with like this one, like PyCharms. You guys can see here, and we've done it in the last video. We have tested. There is a lot of there. What happens, why I opened this one in this one, because I just want to show you guys bits and pieces of Python before we start moving ahead with program flow and object oriented in classes. So we do a little bit practice with this idle integrated development. I know mine one's IPython. You guys can open that idle. So we go ahead and do practice, little bit practice. All right, so the first one we go, I want to show you guys the type, and there is a function. This is a function called type in Python, and I'll tell you guys something about Python, because everything in Python is objects, or Python is interpreted strongly typed language compared to the other programming language which is compiled, like C++ and Java, which is compiled language. So the only difference is that interpreted language is a bit slow, but it doesn't matter in some instances. Like you're not going to compute terabytes and petabytes of data, so we don't worry about that. We are not creating any search engine or something that you worried about the worst case scenario or worst case running time. So if you're creating a search engine, say you're creating very fast, like Google, petabytes and terabytes and God knows zettabytes of data you've got, and you want to compute it in a fraction of seconds, then I would say don't use Python, you use C++. But if you're not doing that in massive amount of data, Python is one of the best languages, because Python's got a lot of big ecosystem. Like it's got you can use it for math, engineering, for DNA sequencing, for you name it, for engineering, because everyone in the medical science, in the engineering science, mathematics science, everyone uses Python, because Python is a lot easier, and it has a huge community of programmers. It's like it's one of the most popular languages today. Every university of the world you go, everywhere you go where there is a scientist, there is engineers, there is DNA guys, there is say medical guys, they use Python because Python is a lot easy. There is no confusion, everything is that the way we type. So there is the function type. What is this type? Type tells you guys that this is the object or class of any function. So if you can find the type of say if you guys can put a type of say A, and you guys see that the type of A is string straight away because Python knows that this is string. And if you put a type of say 1000, and because I didn't put and it says if you guys don't put anything, Python expect you guys to put something here. And you guys see here there is a line here, this is called indentation in Python. The reason if you're doing idle, because if you guys using this, you guys needs to put indentation. If you don't worry about indentation with the C++, Java, PHP, C#, any other programming language, but in Python it's a big deal. If you guys don't follow this indentation, your program simply is not going to work and it's going to throw you all the errors. All right, so it's called we have type here A, and it says type say 1000, it says int. It is int because in Python it's already interpreted as an int. All right, so because this is object, if you guys remember object, this is objects, everything is in Python is object. So if you guys go ahead and do say A, say A is I'll put a Yazdani, my name. You guys can put your name, Yazdani, and all right, so I'll put a computer, and I'll put a say house, for example, because I'm putting 3 strings here. So now A as a string of say if I put a print A, and you guys see that the Python brings me that Yazdani, computer, and house, because this is already stored in Python inside this A as a variable, and Python is quickly outputted this whatever I wrote here. So you guys can do you guys can do concatenation, which I'm going to show you in a few videos, but at the moment you guys just want to introduce this type. It tells you the type the type of object, and there is a 3 parts to this type. So when we type type, the first one is object. It tells you what sort of object is this, and the second one is basis, and the third one is dict for dictionary. So just remember, we're gonna learn this dict in future videos. I'm gonna show you, but in type function in Python, the first one is this one is optional. This guy here is optional, but the other 2 is required, because this one tells you that object OBE, not E object. Yeah, so this is the one. So it tells you all these types. Say if we put a type, and it tells you the type of this object. So Python is very clever. So Python is ready to assist us in whichever way. So we can put a lot of things in Python. If you put another variable, say we put it our say we put an A and we put a B, and we put it as hello everyone, and inside the C you guys can put as many as variable, because you can glue as many variable as possible, and you guys can put a 500. All right, so now we can put a say x is equal to type of A. So we want to find the x type of A, and if you put an x here, it's called this tuple. So I'm going to show you guys tuple, what is tuple is, but there is something called tuple or list in Python, which we are going in its object. As you guys see that it's already outputted this object, and if you guys put as xy is equal to, and we assign that b, y is equal to b, or y is equal to type b, and if I put a print y or just y, it's going to give me string, because hello every, there is a typo here, everyone is it's a type string. So if I put a y, so if I put a xyz is equal to type, say if I put a type c, because I want to find the type c, and if I put a z, and it's telling me this is the type int, because that's what it is, you know, the 500 is int. So we can do with the type. Now we can do our type. Say we can put a type 2. We say what is the type 2 is int, and we can do another one type, and we can put a type 2.2. Alright, that's a float. So the type 2 is int. This 6000 is a int, and if you put a decimal, 700 becomes a float. So that's a float. Alright, and you guys can put a, say a type is a true or false. So if you put a type false, okay, so because I did not put the first one, and you need to put the uppercase. So you guys come here. I just wanted to show you guys how we get a name error. If you guys see here, there is an error here. I didn't put this uppercase. I need to put this uppercase type. So if I put a type true, and it says a boolean, the reason it's giving us error because input 15 whatever in module type false, there is traceback. Most recent call loss is name error, because it did not recognize this as an error. But if I put a type false, and it says it's a bool, because the reason I did that intentionally, I did not give you guys any, if you guys see here, I only intentionally put a f lowercase, and it gives straight away give me error that is not recognized. But if you guys hasn't done class or anything, in the classes, if you go there, the first thing we put our type is we put it in uppercase. So here the type true and false is boolean, so it means it's a boolean in Python. And the last one is a string. I already show you guys string, so you guys can put a type. Say I already show you guys, say yes Danny, and it says that type is string. So type is a function, it's inbuilt function in Python. So the last thing is type is a function in Python, and it returns the type of the specific object. So just remember, you guys remember this word, type is a function, it returns the type of the specific object. So that's it. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.